Well, looking at some things at the old truck tonight, I had bad news bears at the mud drag there in Kearney. I had all sorts of troubles. First trouble was air shifter didn't shift. Well, that may have caused bigger issues. I'm not sure. So I swapped plugs and I went through the valve train before I went to the race and everything looked good. I ordered plugs and they were like all over in the box and I was questionable about putting them in. And anyways, I had weird issues. So I first had the air shifter didn't shift and it hit rev limiter. I'll insert a video here somewhere. And then I went back around and it was misfiring and stumbling. So I'm hoping that I find nothing wrong when I pull the valve covers off and it's just maybe I got a faulty set of spark plugs. Like as soon as I loaded it up, I could just feel it stumbling at the line and then it just wouldn't rev out going down the track. So hopefully it's just bad spark plugs and not bad news bears underneath these valve covers. But I'll take you along for the ride and see if there's anything bad. Now I'm gonna roll her over here, but first glance, everything seems a-okay. Well, I think this side's okay. I'm gonna throw the valve cover back on and throw in some plugs. Well, this is kind of weird. I don't really know what's going on here, but see how these are two like completely black and these are really white. I don't really know. It wasn't crazy. I found my problem. One of these is not like the other. Huh. That would explain it. Side all looks kind of normal too. We'll get the plugs pulled and I'll rotate this over and see what we have. All looks decent, so let's throw plugs in her and start her up. I don't really feel good about that because I put the plugs in that race, but I'm happier than a puppy that just found his pecker. So I'm so happy. That's all it is. So gonna throw new plugs in and we'll give her a rip. This little guy probably cost me a race, but very happy I found it. So we're gonna get this started now. New plugs are in. Everything looked good under the valve cover, so I think we're good to go. We'll see if we give her a start. I usually pump her a few times and then I'll let her cycle over to get some fuel in the cylinders and then I'll turn on the ignition. The neutral safety switch is kind of tricky sometimes. Come on, girl. Ooh. Started taking a look at my air shifter here. I found that the actuator was wore and not hitting on the pedestal right in there. So I'm gonna do a little redneck fixing. I present to you the Air Dildo 3000. Just welded a 3/16 nut on there. This is me testing it. Fuck yeah. All right, guys, I'm headed to the parts store to get a thing of silicone for the old Trans Am, so I figured I'd finish up this video here. Obviously, I think I got the misfire issue fixed. It was definitely spark plugs. I think the other two that were white weren't also firing, because the one that I pulled the center out of was also white. So I think all three were having issues or weren't happy. We'll see what happens there, but it stalls up good in the driveway, revs out. I mean, I think she's ready to go. And the shifter, I deleted all my footage for some reason, so I just had to pull it off TikTok and do a voiceover. But I pulled out the actuator, and it had a little pedestal in there that it hits on, and it like wore a groove. So it was like going in the center of that and not shifting. So I welded a nut on there to widen the shaft out. Ladies will love that. And it's working good. It tested out good. So I think we're good to go there. Our next race is in September, I think 3rd and 4th, or yeah, something like that, for Spalding Primrose Labor Day weekend. And we'll catch you guys there. Hopefully the truck rips. But anyways, we'll catch you next time.